welcome, and welcome to your hip loving express flow. So we're going to start today lying on our backs in a tent shape, so feet are at the outer edges of the mat, and then just dropping the knees into touch. So you can either bring the arms beside the body, palms face up. You can bring one hand on heart space, one hand on belly, or if you'd like, arms up overhead and just a soft bend or crack in the elbows. And wherever you are, wasting no time today and just immediately dropping and settling in. So taking yourself through a few rounds of deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So just a way of connecting to your body, connecting to full presence, to being here. And just kind of releasing any attachment to the day you're having, the day you've had. And then when you're ready, gently parting the knees. And we're going to heel to toe the feet a little closer together, so about hips distance. Take the hands to the knees or the shins. Pull the knees close to your chest and give yourself a little squeeze. From here, we're going to make our way into happy baby. So setting the soles of the feet to face the ceiling. Arms reach either insides or outsides of the feet. And then flexing both feet and drawing the knees past the ribs towards the mat. Making sure there's full length at the back of the neck. And still trying to anchor and ground the tailbone down to the floor. And if you haven't already, starting to connect to a more intentional and purposeful breath. So the lips are sealed, breathing in and out the nose. As you are here, let's take one more breath in. One more exhale out. Soft release of the hands on the feet. We're going to come into cow face posture. So you're going to wrap the right knee over the left. Send the feet out to opposite edges of the room, and then lift the shoulder blades up off the mat and reach the hands for pinky toe sides of the feet. From here, start to settle the shoulder blades back down onto the floor, back of the head reaches the floor. And then using the pressure of the hands and the feet to draw the feet towards the shoulders. Or if you'd like, you can play around with the sensation and draw the heels down towards the hips. So this will feel different in every body and different on every day. So always just move around until it feels good in your body. Still connected to the sound of the breath. You have 2 more breaths as you are. Taking one more breath in. And one more exhale out. Good. Soft release of the hands from the feet. And then continue to wrap the legs until we come into an eagle wrap in the legs. So if you can, wrapping the right shin back underneath and around the left calf. Otherwise, you can just stay crossed at the knees. Opposite wrap in the arms, so right arm under, left arm over. And if you can, palms back around to touch. As you inhale, you're going to bring the heels to hover just above the mat. Sweep the arms up overhead so fingertips just about touch the floor. And then as you exhale, draw the knees up and towards the chest. Float the shoulder blades up off the mat. Draw the elbows down towards the knees. Inhale to extend. We hover the hands, hover the feet. And exhale to draw it all up and in. 3 more like that. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale to extend. And exhale to. Last one. Inhale, hover the feet, hover the hands. And exhale to draw it up. We stay here. Take a big inhale as you are. And then exhale, soft release, soft unraveling. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. If you need it, little rock side to side. And then meeting again in a happy baby. So soles of the feet to face the ceiling. Hands reach for the feet. So you have an option to stay in this shape. If you'd like something more, you're going to fully extend the legs out to the corners of the room. So really just starting to lengthen and straighten the hamstrings as much as you can. Searching for sensation in the inner hips. Staying in stillness, you have 2 more cycles of breath. taking last inhale and last exhale. Good, soft release. And this time we're going to come into that reclining cow face with the left knee over the right. So cross at the knees as much as you can, float the shoulder blades up off the floor, reach the hands for outer blades of the feet, and then lie the shoulder blades and the back of the head back down onto the mat. So again, option to have the feet up in line with the knees, or if you'd like, start to draw the heels down towards the hips. Really just whatever feels good in your body. And if it feels good to do so, eyes are closed, tune into the sound of the breath. Staying in this shape, we have one more inhale and one more exhale. Good, soft release of the hands from the feet, and continue to wrap the legs until you find yourself in an eagle wrap. So whatever that looks like to you. Opposite wrap in the arms, so left arm under, right arm over, palms back around to touch. As you inhale, extend the legs slightly, so bring the heels to hover just above the mat. Reach the fingers up overhead, bring the fingers to hover. And then as you exhale, pull the knees up in towards the chest, lift the shoulders, take the elbows down to meet the thigh. Inhale to extend, create space. And exhale to draw it in. 3 more, we breathe in. And exhale out. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good, last one. Big inhale, hover. And exhale to draw it all up. Stay here as you are. Take a big breath in. Keep crunching elbows up to knees. And then exhale, soft release. Unravel and bring the knees back in towards the chest. If you need it, last little rock side to side. And then we're going to swing up past a seated position. And we meet in a downward facing dog. So you have 5 breaths to settle in your first down dog. An option to take this in stillness, the eyes are closed. You can just tune into the sound of the breath. Or if you feel the urge and the desire to move around today, then listen to that too. You have about 3 more cycles of breath. Good, wherever you are, one more inhale. Try not rush the breath in. And a nice long and elongated exhale. Good. When you're ready, and if you need to, you can bend the knees. So you're going to walk the hands back up towards the feet. So walking the hands towards the back of the mat, feet stay hip distance apart. We're going to take halfway left inhale, pull the heart forward, take the gaze forward. And then really soft in your approach, easy forward fold, big exhale. 2 more like that, take halfway left, breathe in. Soft in your approach, forward fold, exhale out. Once more, inhale, halfway left, all the spaciousness along the body. And then exhale to soften, to surrender, to melt, to fold. This time, come to halfway left as you inhale and rise up onto tops of the toes. And then you're going to really mindfully and really slowly heel to toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. So we're going to end up with the toes facing out, the heels facing in. Start to sink the hips down between the heels. Bring the hands to connect and meet at heart center. We come to our first yogi squat. So a gentle activation in the glutes to keep separating the knees. Use the pressure of the elbows up against the knees to elevate the heart, create space along the front line of the body. And then keep reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Keep elongating the breath. So as you are in this space, hands are at heart, we take one more inhale. And one more breath out. Good. From here, you're going to nestle the right shoulder inside of the right knee. If you can, extend the right fingertips out towards the right hand side. Bring the left hand to meet the inside of the left knee. And then start to extend the left arm just as much as you can. Listen to your body, move slow. And we start to drive the left knee away from the right shoulder. At the same time, keep sinking the hips down towards the earth and keep reaching the heart up skyward. As you are, let's take one more inhale. And then exhale, returning hands back at heart center. Keep lengthening the crown of the head up. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, nestle the left shoulder inside of left knee. Bring right hand to inside of right knee. Extend the left fingers out and start to press the knee away from the chest. Again, how much can I root and ground the hips down, and how much can I elevate the heart space up? Good, staying here, taking one more inhale. And on an exhale, returning back to meet at heart center. Take a big breath in. Exhale to forward fold, place the hands down on the mat, send the feet parallel. From here, on an inhale, come to halfway lift, rise up onto tops of the toes. And again, really mindfully, really slowly, you're going to heel to toe the feet together. So fully immersed in sensation as the heels and the toes meet the mat. Once the big toes touch, take halfway lift, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift as you breathe in. This time, rise up onto tops of the toes. Exhale, continue to bend the knees until you bring the shins parallel to mat. We come to toe stand, so bringing the hands to the heart center. If you need extra balance, you can keep the fingertips down on the floor. And then pull back on the shoulders, so lots of length and space in the front line of the body, space between the ribs and the hips. Taking one more inhale in this shape. And then using your balance as much as you can, exhale, how softly and slowly can you lower the knees down to the ground. From here, keeping the toes tucked, bring the hands behind the heels, thumbs facing towards you, fingers face away. And as you inhale, gently pick the hips up off the heels, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, offer the heart up towards the ceiling. Taking one more inhale, breathing front line of the hips. And then exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine to guide the hips back to the heels. Floating the arms forward alongside of the body. And then reaching out in front of you, we come to a tabletop. Take an inhale as you are. Make sure you're prepped, toes are tucked. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Float the knees, guide the heels down. On an inhale, three-legged down dog, send the right toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend the knee, open the hip. Three-legged down dog again. Inhale, square the hips to the mat. Exhale, right knee to nose, bring the shoulders over the wrists. Pause in space, take an inhale, create space between the right knee and the floor. And then exhale, half pigeon, setting up right knee, shin, and ankle to floor. Tuck the left toes under, slide the left knee away as far as you can from the top of your mat. And then make sure both hips are equal distances from the floor. So we're going to take a big inhale first, stay on the tops of the fingers, pull the heart up and back. And then as you exhale, starting to fold forward. So this can be up on the forearms, this can be the forehead down, the arms outstretched in front of you. And if you'd like to take on a twist, you're welcome to thread the needle, so threading the left arm underneath the right arm, turning the left cheek to the mat. So just starting to deepen sensation in that right glute. Wherever you are, just allow the eyes to fall closed. Allow the whole body to soften. So just letting gravity do all the deep stretch, all the work for us. And then all you're going to do is listen to the sound of your breath up against the mat. Two more breaths as you are. Good, taking one more inhale. And one more exhale. Good. Whenever you're ready, unraveling and walking the hands back up underneath the shoulders. Sit yourself over to the right hand side, take the right shin parallel to the top of the mat, and then swing the left leg forward. So we end up in a double pigeon, so both shins parallel to the top of your space, a triangle shape between the legs, and heel and knee stacked on top of one another. So if the left knee is quite high up, you're welcome to stay up in the seated position or put a block between the heel and the knee. And then for those of you that feel good here, keep flexing in both feet, so slightly active in the body, deepen the sensation. Whenever you're ready, let's all bring hands to meet at heart center. And as you inhale, send the fingers up towards the ceiling, spine and body along. As you exhale, side bend over to the right hand side, so drop the right hand down beside the right hip. If you can, bring a soft bend into the right elbow and start to stretch the left fingers across to the right hand side of the room. At the same time, keep guiding the left knee down to meet the right heel. Keep guiding the left sit bone down to the floor. Good, staying in the shape. Take one more inhale, keep peeling the heart up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold diagonally over towards the right hand side. So reaching both hands all sets of fingers as far as you can across to the right hand side of the room. Still flexing in both feet, still guiding the left knee down to the mat, left hip down to the floor. Noticing a lot of sensation in the left glute, outside of the left hip, maybe even the left lower back, the left side body. Good, stay with the sensation, stay with the breath. You have one more inhale. And then as you exhale, folding forward, reaching hands out in front of you. So if you're not comfortable in this fold, you can stay up in a seated position. Just bring both forearms down onto the left shin and a little bit of pressure to encourage the knee down. Wherever you are, last breath in. Last exhale out. Good, this time walking the hands diagonally over towards the left hand side. Sensation changes. Keep guiding the left heel down towards the mat, right hip down towards the floor. Breathing a little into right side body now. Taking one more inhale. One more exhale. And then we meet in our side bend, so slide the left hand beside the left hip. Sweep the right arm up and over. Reach the right fingers across to the left hand side of the room. We're guiding right knee and right hip down. Breathing into right side body, breathing in. And breathing out. Good, inhale, making your way back up through center. Reach both hands up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, soft guide of the hands down to the mat. You're going to cross over the ankles, hands in front of knees, and we meet back in a downward facing dog. Staying in your down dog, taking one breath in and one exhale out. If you need to, bend the knees, walk the hands back up towards the feet. We come to a halfway lift, inhale, see if you can take the gaze and the heart forward, and then exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, rise up onto tops of the toes, and then exhale to mindfully heel to toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Toes turn out, heels turn in, sink the hips down between the heels, yogi squat, bring hands to meet at heart center. Nestle the right shoulder inside of right knee, extend the right arm out to the right hand side, left hand meets inside of left knee. Can you start to encourage the knee away from the shoulder? You have one more inhale. Exhale, we meet back, heart center. Take a big breath in, reach the crown of the head up. And then exhale to change sides. Nestle the left shoulder in, reach the left fingers across, right hand inside of right knee, extend and push away. Wherever you are, one more inhale. And exhale to meet back at heart center. Stay, take a breath in, keep creating space. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, rise up onto tops of the toes. And then exhale, mindfully heel to toe the feet together until the big toes come to touch. Come back to halfway lift, inhale, tops of toes. Exhale to toe stand, bring the shins parallel to the mat. If you can, see if you can bring hands to meet at heart center. So lengthen up, trust yourself to lean back a little. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower the knees down to the floor. Bring the hands behind you, thumbs face in, fingers face back. And as you inhale, pick the hips up off the heels, squeeze the shoulders, sensation along front under the hips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in towards the spine to bring the hips back to meet the heels. Slide the arms around outside of the thighs, reach them forward. We come to tabletop, breathe in. And downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg rises, inhale, send the toes up. Exhale to bend the knee, open the hip. Back to three-legged down dog, we inhale. Knee to nose on an exhale. Pause in space for a moment, breathe in. And then half pigeon, exhale out. Sliding that right knee as far as you can away from the top of your mat, and then bring the top of the right foot to the floor. Both sit or both hips are equal distances from the ground. Take a big inhale first, space along front line. And then as you exhale, start to fold forward. So whatever that looks like, same as the other side. Any variation that feels good to you. If you'd like to stay up on the forearms, if you'd like to stretch the fingers out, or maybe you'd like to take a twist, right arm underneath the left, right cheek to the floor. Wherever you are, see if you can close the eyes. And see if you can soften all corners of the body. And just hearing and connecting to that sound of the breath. And just let it soothe you. Let it feel like a sense of ease. Have one more breath as you are. Try not rush the breath in or the breath out. And then when you're ready, walking the hands back up towards the hips. We're going to sit ourselves over towards the left hand side. Take the left shin parallel to the top of the mat. And then draw the right leg forward, right leg to stack on top of the left. So really important that these are stacking as much as you can, both shins parallel to the top line of your mat. And we've got this triangle shape between the legs. So remember, if you didn't feel comfortable folding on the other side, you're welcome to come back up to the seated position and just put gentle pressure down on the top leg. See if you can flex in both feet and then bring hands to heart center. Inhale, we sweep the arms up. Exhale, side bend, left hand side first, left hand down, soft crack in the elbow, reach the right arm across. Keep guiding right hip, right knee down. Keep creating space in right side body. Keep sending heart up. You have one more inhale. And then exhale, diagonally folding over towards the left hand side. Reach the arms as far forward as you can. Notice how sensations changed in the body. Still breathing. Taking one more breath in this shape. And then exhale, folding forward your variation. If you folded forward, see if you can reach the fingers as far forward as you can. Maybe the forearms meet the ground. And if you're in an upright position, just encourage that knee down. Wherever you are, let's take one more breath in. And then exhale, walking both hands diagonally over towards the right hand side. Guide the left hip and left knee down. Sensation in left side body, left side of the lower back. Taking one more full inhale. One more full exhale. Drawing the right hand beside the right hip. Sweep the left arm up and overhead, and then side bend across to the right hand side. So guiding the left hip, the left knee down. Keep flexing in both feet. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Sending both hands up towards the ceiling, breathing in. And then hands meet the mat, breathing out. Unravel the legs, cross over the ankles. We meet back in a downward facing dog. Taking a breath in. Taking a breath out. If you need to, bend the knees, walking the hands back towards the feet, you know where you're going. Inhale, take halfway lift, pull the heart forward. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, tops of toes, come to halfway lift. And then with intention, heel to toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Turn the toes out, turn the heels and sink the hips down, bring hands to heart, we inhale. On an exhale, right shoulder as far as you can inside of right knee. Outstretch the right hand and reach the left hand inside of left knee. Keep pressing the knee away from the chest. Take one more breath in. We meet back at heart center. Exhale out. Create space. Lengthen. Inhale. Opposite side. Exhale. Keep creating space. Keep sending the heart up. You have one more breath in. And we meet back. Hands at heart center. Exhale out. Stay and lengthen. Inhale. And forward fold. Exhale. Tops of toes, halfway lift. Breathe in. And then heel to toe the feet in. Big toes come to touch. Exhale out. Back to halfway lift. Inhale. Rise up onto tops of the toes. Exhale, come to toe stand. Bring the shins parallel to the floor. If it feels good, bring the hands to meet at heart center. Balance. Find your breath. Be here. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower the knees down to the ground. Bring the hands behind you, fingers face away. And as you inhale, engage the back body to float the hips up, maybe a little deeper this time. Taking one last and big breath in. And then exhale, use the belly as a guide. Draw the hips back towards the heels. Shimmy the arms around the outsides of the legs. And then you're gonna untuck the toes, come onto the tops of the feet. And we find ourselves in a Japanese seat. So you can bring the hands to rest in the lap, palms either facing up or down. Take a moment to roll the shoulders up and back 1 or 2 times. And then take a moment to breathe deeply, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. So this last moment here on your mat to let go, to release. And hopefully feel a little lighter than you did when you stepped on the mat. And then these last few moments here with our eyes closed, I want you to start to name some of the things that you love. And the joy in this exercise is that we could never name everything we loved. So there's too much love before us, there's too much love in our lives to even name in one sitting. So let that feeling and that sensation of love fill the body to the brim. And then just thanking yourselves for making it on your mats, for making the time to give your body and the mind all the love it deserves. If you have the luxury to stay here a little longer, I encourage you to, as always. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.